Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Rotor with a mail call and Mental Monday. We'll go over the mail stuff first. Not a lot, but at least you guys get to see. So like I've said previously, we'll slip up and it's all got to go. So, got to stare at this ugly mug, bold. Anyways, there was a couple components that I had been trying to print. I have a file for them, and I'm going to show you the part of the file. I haven't reprinted it yet. And I'm just having issues with the printer and not getting this little stuff being able to print out. And then it's just gotten worse where I can hardly get anything to print. So we got some new settings, thanks to Ryan Jones at Z-Force. I've corrected the printer on the UV setting percentage, so I've got that changed, and I gotta go in the Cheeto box and change a bunch of stuff in there, and then redo some slicing, and we'll run a test print, and hopefully that cures it. I do have FEPs on the way. They won't be here till I think Wednesday. Then I'll have to recalibrate the machine and replace the FEP, and then we will do a test run. All of you that ordered distributors so far, they will be going out tomorrow in tomorrow's mail. Ernest, the shop card will be going out tomorrow as well, so you should get that in the next few days. Remember, guys, just a kind word back or email back. Just let me know you got them and everything arrives safe. And so on and so forth. I appreciate that. And thank you to the two gentlemen that ordered above and beyond. But anyways, back to those parts. Kind of went down a rabbit hole. So I needed some parts for the 32 and the final parts for the charger. Now, I did get a file for a steering wheel, so I didn't have to scratch build it. If you guys remember back a couple of videos back on the 32, steering wheel broke on me. There was just no need to even try to mess with it. So I found one that had the primary shape and looked apart. Now I'm going to try to add to it, but it's one I got to print. So I'm going to print out a few of them, and then hopefully it turns out, and then I can try to modify it and see if I can. If not, I'll just leave it alone and paint it to kind of match. But that's really the last piece for the charger. But there were some key pieces. What did I do with them? Oh, here they are. Okay. Scared me for a minute. They're so tiny. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. Shapeways. Kind of like Colts, but the files aren't for sale, at least that I'm not aware of. But you can go there and they'll print them, and you pay a fee, of course. But they do a really great job, and I've ordered from them before. Most of the parts for the Trans Am build I've talked about, and we will get that out one day and go over and look at it and see everything I got. Most of those parts came from Shapeways because it was before I had a printer. But we needed a front suspension for the charger, something to fit the part. The stock one just wasn't. So I'll hold these up. I got the upper lower control arm, the spindle, the shock, and you can kind of see here the little tabs. This gets cut away. It's just a support. And it goes to each side of the frame, dead center of your wheel well. And then, you can put your rotor on, your wheel, tire, blah, blah, blah. So this more suits the part. And I got, for the price, I got 3 of them. I think they're like $16. I was only expecting to get one, and it was kind of pricey thinking about that, but then realized that, you get 3 of them, 3 sets. So, I got 2 more for another build, which is always great. We'll put these back in here because they're fiddly, Things can break easy if you're not careful with them. They still need the same process. Washed, let them dry, prime them. Excuse me. But that piece there is primarily for the charger. And this is another thing I was trying to have print out. I didn't ever, my settings aren't right. So, coilovers. I mean, you can see, get out here a little bit, how detailed those are. Now, as far as painting them, okay, I had a message here. I would paint like either, aluminum or chrome, whatever, your base color is. And then you can, hand paint the spring. I mean, that detail's in there, so, you'd want to paint it first and then come back and paint over your spring and your adjusters. And all that, tiny brush, you can pick all that out and have a beautiful looking, coilover. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. I think these are like $7 or something, or $8. So 4 sets for $8. I could have printed these out for pennies on the dollar probably. But for, whatever reason, I don't have the right settings in there. It just doesn't want to, they just want to stick and smush, and it's a mess. So after I get that straightened out, do some test printing, maybe I can go back and I can print my own out and won't have to worry about it no more. But a set of these are for the charger, and a set of these are for the 32. The kit coilovers are nice. I mean, they're nice. It's just I want a little bit more realistic looking. We're not doing a whole lot underneath, so a few little pieces here and there kind of adds that realism to it, and that's what we're going for. So we got those now. So and I think that's the only thing I'm really waiting on the 32 was these. So we're golden there. Put these back up here, or I'll have a mess down here again. Second part of the mail, you guys have heard me. I shouted her out here just like a week ago. Olga, the decal lady, on Instagram. I had her link down below, not in this video, but prior to. Jotta, Jotta Hobbies and Decals. I won't give the city, but she is based out of New York. I contacted her. I went through a different person with my first set of custom tags for the models. Her packaging is superb too. I know there's a lot of other guys that use this same kind of packaging. The trickery of it all. You gotta be smarter than the... Alright, Rick, what are you doing wrong here? There we go. Let's see which one goes. There we go. That's what I thought. Monday. So I wasn't getting real low, but I noticed the person I had before this, they make great decals too, but I was noticing I'm having a lot of issues with my tags putting them on. They're starting to tear, and it's a good thing. They may need another coat of clear on them, I don't know, but I wanted to go ahead and get a backup set just to have. And these are beautiful, very crisp, very clean. They look just like what you get in a kit. Did she individualize them? Are they all? I think they're all the same. So, you have to trim right up to the edge of the decal, but still not a big deal. They look wonderful. And if you remember way back at the beginning of my videos, when we kind of showed around the shop, I have a tail clip off of a Kia Stinger. If you're not aware of what that is, it's an all-wheel drive twin turbo sports car, more or less, uh, from Kia. And it's a cool looking car. It doesn't impress me with the power, but it's a quick car, fast car. It does have possibilities of aftermarket stuff being added to it and making it even faster. But anyways, I got one. And, I've got the clip of the 32 hanging up on my wall. That was a gift from a gentleman. And I was like, what? Since this is the back clip of the Stinger, it'd be cool if I had my custom tag to put on it because it's got the license plate area there. So Olga made that for me. Now this is 2 pieces and it's in sticker form. So I'll cut a piece of styrene, sheet styrene, whatever together, cut the slots out, and then I'll put the bolts through, and this will be mounted to the back, just like a license plate, on that tail clip, and I'll hang it up on my wall in here somewhere. Probably up over this wall here. It's the only big open space I have. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, that's me. This isn't legal for me to put on my vehicle, but this is still, the cool factor for something that's going to go up on the shelf. So, I have that. And it wasn't, whoops, I'm going to drop them. Hold on a second, guys. That right there would run you, $10 to $15 for all those. And then the other thing was the difference. It was $25 total. I know normally on her decals and her sets and stuff like that, they're like $15 to $20 for custom made stuff, which is, to me, is very reasonable. Because A, I can't do it. I want it. I gotta have it. So, you're gonna pay it. And it's not, I don't feel, well, I have no choice. There's plenty of decal people out there. This is quality, guys. I choose her because of quality. So, when you get, I guess the best way to say it, when you get quality stuff and, you try it out, you get it for the first time, you take a chance, and then, you find out it worked very well. And then you finish that project, and next thing you know, you moved on, and I'm just trying to put them back in here, and apparently I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. And you moved on to your next project, and you're like, oh crap, I need more decals. So you're like, well, those work pretty good. And so you order from them again, and again, and again, and again. And each time, it's quality. It does exactly what you want. It looks exactly how you want it. The price is very fair. You keep using them. You don't go to somebody else. Unless it was like a freebie, somebody gave you something, here, try this out and see. William at Ruckus Rods and Customs, made these stripes for the Buick, Shadow. These are high quality, beautiful. They went on super nice, got a great shine to them, great finish. I need to put them up so they don't get dust all over them. But William's not in the business of doing it. He can do it, which is, he's one up on me because I know nothing about decals. I want to learn though. I just don't want to really invest all the money and equipment for it, and then it's just another thing that takes away from building time. So, but yeah, give a chance. Go check her out, Olga, the decal lady, on Instagram. Super nice. Her DM is where you leave a message, and don't be surprised or alarmed if it pops up and says, thank you, operation hours, whatever it says. She will get your message, and she'll respond back with a heart or whatever, or type you back and say, okay, you're on the list, whatever. So just make sure you're prepared when you're ready to talk to her, that you've got measurements or pictures, or if you need like an original set redone, that you have that, and you send that to her first, and when she gets it, then she'll notify you when it's your turn in line. That's how she goes, first come, first serve. So just be patient, you know. Trust me, it's worth the wait because they are super high quality. And there it is right there. The decal lady. Just overall, I've used her 2, 3, 4 times for things, and it's just been amazing each time. And I can't wait to get the shop done, and we'll get that out, and I'll do a little video or add it to a video after, you know, I get that license plate on there, and because I need to buff out, get it nice and shiny, cleaned up, and then make the plate, and then put that sticker on the plate and get it bolted to the tail clip, and then we'll get it hung up, and then we'll look at it again. Now, as far as what I was saying, the file I got, like, I have a nice file. You know, the print comes with upper and lower control arms, the spindle, and, you know, here's, whoops, this is the only spring that turned out of like 4 or 5 that I printed. You can see how fiddly it is. And, you know, those are already assembled. These I have to assemble. And, you know, once you get it on there and or get it all painted, then you got to assemble it, you know, and I'm going to break it just trying to fool with it. There we go. And you can see the springs on it. Then there's a cap that goes down on, you know, over top of this. And then there's all the connection points for the upper, what did we do? Oh, that was the upper control arm. Here's the lower control arm. And see, I only got one out of it. The other one was just smushed and destroyed. And this shows you all the, you know, all the little component pieces, all the brackets for the control arms, so on and so forth. Highly detailed, very nice. It would be fiddly even if it printed perfect. But it's just, I don't know. Was it money well spent? Probably not. But I hope to improve the print quality of it and get stuff that I can actually use. I don't use it on every type of build, but, you know, I got it for the charger. And, you know, I'm not end up at the end of it, I'm not going to use it for the charger. Mail call. Oh, like I tell you guys, I order stuff in bulk. Not everything, but most everything. There's a company. Let's see if the name's on here. Sure, most of you are aware of them. Can't remember the name. I don't know. Either way, it's a display case company. And when you order from them, it's not like you order just one. You order it by the case. Now, for a case of these, it was $148. You go online to buy these, they're about $12 to $15 a piece or more, depending on where you get them from, even off Amazon. I was buying the dirt cheap ones, which, depending on what model you have, it may not fit in it because of height and clearance. And I was paying $13.99 a piece. Those used to be $9.99, and these were like $12. But you do the math. I mean, so let's just say these were $10 a piece. I just ordered a case of them. There's, I think, 12 in the case. That's $120. And I paid $148. It's free shipping. It's $148. So well, there's tax. I'm thinking probably about $18 of that was tax. So, I forget. I had this figured out. I can't remember what it was. I should have wrote it down. But anyways, it's cheaper to buy them in the bulk than it is individual. And these got really nice backgrounds you can put in there, and a floor, checkerboard floor print, and then the background print also. And these are stackable. That's what I like. I think Fred Henry uses this kind. And these can be stood up vertically. So if you're into 3D printed figurines or anything like that, or little bobbleheads, you know, there's multiple uses in these display cases. So it's not just to lay flat and put a model car in. You could put a tank in it. You could put, like we've seen here, you know, figures. I know a lot of people that paint the busts and these 3D printed figures that are like, you know, 8-9 inches tall. You know, they fit right in here with a vertical. But, you know, they're dust proof. You won't get no dust on your model. Nice little shot background. Or that one. Fred Henry has a lot of that, I think, on his. But you get all those. I guess it doesn't. It's only if you order the checkerboard base. So I got just a basic base. And then the backgrounds, which is nice. But I have checkerboard. Big roll of tape. It's like 2 feet wide. I could always put that down on as the base if I wanted to. We'll open one up here. Just to give you guys a gander. Like I said, I'm sure you guys are all aware of what these things look like. I mean, I've already got 2 up there of the kind I buy. And I'll show you here in a minute. But you can see it's nice. It's clear all the way around. They're tall, so pickup trucks will fit in them. These are the 3 backgrounds. Yep, right here. So you have a choice of the Route 66 of different signs. The garage and another garage. And you just trim them. It tells you right there, cut a long line. But very nice. And the bottom stays in too, so you're not scared to grab it like this and pick it up and then all of a sudden the bottom's going to fall out. Those cheap kind will. I learned the hard way. But, you know, that's what they look like. And we needed these bad. Mainly for wife's choice, viewer's choice. That's what those 2 are for. The Diora needs one. And primarily, anything I build from this point on will go in one of these. I do have a little room in the big display case. And there's some things in there I want to get out and move around, which will create, you know, 2 more shelves worth. So, you know, I got plenty of room to put things as far as built models. I like these, though, because they sit out here. I can put one right here on my desk. I can put one up there. You know, just random places. There's a whole shelf along the wall back there. I can stack them up here and there. So, you know. And for $148 for 12 of them, or however many's in the box. Might be more. 1, 2, 3. Man, there's 12. It gives a, you know, it's a decent price instead of buying them outright. I did Pioneer Plastics. Just hit me. I did price them out, and they were like $16.99 or something like that. I could be wrong. You know, if you guys know, you can throw it down there in the comments. And you know, if I threw the price tag of $16.99 on there, that's let's see, it's 100. Be, you know, $170 something before tax, and we're talking close to 200 after everything's said and done. If I bought 12 of them at individual price, so buying in bulk sometimes does pay off. You save a few dollars, and it was free shipping, so I did save the money on that, which is always good. And when you go to their website, Pioneer Plastics, they've got an app you can download to your phone, so then you can just go right to there and peruse their website. And they make bigger display cases. They make custom display cases. So the the model that you're building or a small diorama or something, they may be able to accommodate what you're looking for and be so you can protect your model after it's all done. So, check them out. It's worth a check out anyways. Like I said, most of you probably are aware of them anyways. I want to make sure that was all the mail. There's other stuff coming. It just hasn't come in yet. Still feel like there was something else. Well, it's not a big deal. We can always save it for another time. We did show the stash ads. We've not added anything else to the stash. Nothing's been done as far as work. Everybody see that? What a game! I know there's not a lot of Bengal fans out there. I don't blame them. I still think they're inconsistent. They got an awesome quarterback. They got a solid defense now. They got well, we need corners, but we have a solid offense. And they're starting to click together. At the beginning of the season, didn't look like it was going to happen. They're pulling out, and Joe Burrow is just fantastic. So it's getting funner to watch every week. I'm not as nervous as I usually am because they're just so inconsistent. But it is coming around. All right, all that. Mental Monday. We're going to spend not very long on this because it's more of a I guess a question and answer, Q&A. So, before I even started, the topic is mentors. I have here a list of top 10. There's more, but these are the top 10. These are the gentlemen that I followed and I watched and I learned from. Then started communicating with these gentlemen. One not so much, well, two not so much, just for whatever reasons, but it doesn't change my opinion of them. And then I have three newer ones. And it's not so much a mentor as they inspire me type thing. So we're going to cover mine, but what I want to see is down in the comments of who inspires you. Who is your mentor? Who, and you're not going to hurt my feelings if it's not me, because that's not a big deal. I hope to do that, but who you find that you consider a mentor, and it's not that they're mentoring you personally in real life. It's that you find the mentor, I don't know the right word, mentorship, via watching their videos. And if you do communicate with them, that's a plus, that's a bonus. And that they've helped you and you've learned things from it. It's inspired you to build a model if you didn't already, or you've been in the hobby, you're out of the hobby, and you got back into it because of them. So on and so forth. I think everybody gets the gist of it. So I'm going to, and hopefully this starts a chain reaction with everybody out here that creates videos. And it's kind of been, I think it's been touched here and there. I'm going to touch it firmly. That's what I want. I want the meat and potatoes. I don't want well, I like so-and-so because, he built that beautiful 55. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's an admirer. And that's great. And if you're not a builder, and yet you watch my videos and everybody else's videos, and you enjoy that's fine. Put that down there. Just say, let me know. I'm not a builder, but I admire so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. Let's leave this out of my email. Because this could be just keep it short and simple. It can be one person. You don't have to go 2 or 3 in a paragraph of why. Just a quick why who, what, why, and how. Call it that. Mine's going to be a little bit longer, and I have reasoning behind each one. So, everybody sit back, crack a drink, smoke a cigarette if that's what you do, and here we go. Number one, and this is not, these top 10 aren't in numerical order of who is number one and who's number two. These are just how I wrote things down. Chevy cheeseburger. I heard his name tossed around quite a bit, like on Facebook, and a few people on Instagram. And I had read some articles in magazines where I'd seen his name mentioned and some of his builds. I was like, wow, man, look what these guys are doing with models now. And put the magazine up and go on about my daily business. And I didn't build then. It wasn't a big deal. But I'm like, the name. So I got home and I got on YouTube. And boom, there he was. He was the first person I subscribed to. Doesn't mean I hold him at number one. It's just he was the first one, because that was on my brain, thinking I want to see, because somebody said, hey, he's got a YouTube channel. I was like, oh, great! It's gonna be like watching TV, sit back and watch somebody build a model car. This is amazing. And I started watching his channel. I'd go back and get caught up, and at the time he was still posting, and then boom, he took like a break for God, I don't know how long it was. And then a few videos popped back up, and then boom, he was gone. I'm like, what the hell happened to him? I never found anything out, and there's a few people don't know, or if they do, they don't want to talk about it, or he's got personal reasons he doesn't want to talk about, and that's fine. But this guy was doing things to models that I was just like, filling these aftermarket parts, all these parts I'd seen in hobby shops. Because even though I wasn't building, I still would peruse the aisles and look at, like, wow, this stuff's really come a long way. Maybe, and then like, nah, I don't really have the time, and I'd keep going. But I could sit down and watch this man's videos and see what he did with these parts. And then he was talking about other companies. So then I'm finding myself Google searching, and I'm doing all this research, and I've not even got I did have model kits, but I didn't have all the tools and everything needed to really do it. But, I'm starting to make notes and getting a notebook and writing down these companies' names in it. And, maybe one day down the road I do build it, I can look these companies up, and if they're there, I can check them out. Because, I'm on their site, I'm looking at all their things they have to sell, and I'm like, wow, prices aren't too bad, but, shit, by the time I get done, I could have $200 or $300 in a model if I just bought all these aftermarket parts. But, to each your own. But, man, this cat was building just some amazing stuff. And then by him turning me on, and I kept hearing the name on his channel, Dr. Cranky. I'm like, what the hell is this? Search him on YouTube. Boom, came up. Gave him a sub. I hadn't even watched the video yet. Gave him a sub. I started watching his videos. I'm like, holy crap. These guys are all older, so I'm like, these are cats from like when I was a kid. They just stayed in the hobby. And they got that good. I'm like, wow, what all I missed out on. And it was just them two for a long time, watching their videos. And then little by little, I'd catch them, they'd mention somebody else. And I'd started looking around, and I'm like, holy crap. Lee Barrett. I really got to know him via Instagram. He is a true mentor to me. He's kind of put me under his wing. He doesn't have a lot of experience. I got more experience than he does building. He's just a better builder because he's more minute. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but he will build primarily one model a year, but he throws everything in it, and if he can't buy it, he will make it, or he will 3D print it or make it on the lathe. So his models are super detailed, and as real as it can possibly look. And that's why it takes him so long. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not that type of builder. I build now maybe 10 to 12 of them a year, a little less. Let's say between 7 and 12 a year is what I actually get built. And I could build a lot more than that. It's just, rabbit holes and my mental capacity, it takes me everywhere. And also on Instagram, I met Jeff, and he'd comment on my post. Actually, when I started building again, I'm posting, Jeff would come on, followed me, and I followed him back, and I'm looking at his models, and he's looking at mine, and we're just commenting back and forth. Fred Henry, boom, and we started talking back and forth, and next thing you know, you're meeting all these guys, and they're commenting on your posts, and you're commenting on theirs, and you're getting DMs, and you're talking back and forth, and oh man, you really ought to think about Jeff's first one. You ought to think about going on YouTube. Then Fred Henry's like, man, you need to go to YouTube. It's a lot bigger platform. It's a way to get your stuff out there. I think you'd be a great fit. Blah blah. This went on for several years, and then, finally, because pushing Nub from them and Jason at Blue Ox, and a couple other people, here I am. That's their mentorship to me, and their inspiration that I got via their work. And the stuff I was producing pushed me to where I wanted to come to YouTube. Lucas C. He's another one that I found on YouTube years and years ago. I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Pretty much right when he started making his videos. I knew right away the cat, he didn't finish what he started. I found it kind of funny because, I'm primarily the same way. There's a lot of things I do finish, and then there's a lot of things I don't. And I think I kind of burn myself out on them, and I need to step back away from it. But I'm not so far in the hole like, Luca is. I don't know how many projects he's got started and not finished. I've got well under 12. Let's put it that way. And they're at stages where I could easily finish them. But I liked how he did his videos. To me, his videos were very informative. He was showing you how the kit part did not look, right. And it wasn't right. It was, just representation. But you could improve the look if you just do this, this, and this. And then he would show you how to do it. And then how he did it. And even his mistakes he made. And some of them were like, dude, you're using Mark Fit. You're not using... To me, a thin set, it's a yellow bottle. That's the Mark Fit. And I'm sitting there watching him like, how long is it going to take him to realize he's using? And I'm watching on TV, so I can't comment on his video. And the video was posted after the fact, so he probably already knew. And he came back in through editing and added to it and said, he knew and figured it out. But I enjoyed that because it's like he took a model and he talked about it. He researched and came up with an idea how he wanted it to look. He knew what he had to do to get it to look, play out to the part. And I think that's why I admired him so much, was because of the knowledge he had. And then when it came to NASCAR, it's like, holy crap, this man knows so much about NASCAR and this, that, and the other. And then, Andy's hobbies. That I got turned on to that hobby shop via Lucas C. And started watching Andy's videos and products that they had, had on this online store and in-store type thing. Just one thing led to another, and then another modeler, and another modeler, and another modeler, and another modeler. And I found myself just, before I knew it, I had 50, 60, 70 people I'm following or subscribed to. And it's not that I enjoy everything that they do, but they all have something that I do enjoy and that I've learned something from. These military guys, dude, you want to learn how to weather something, and you want to learn how to do a diorama, you watch their videos. Laser Creation is my number one, by far. Him and was it Plasmo, whatever. I watch those two gentlemen. The one guy, I think he's German or he's Dutch or something. Laser Creations. And now they have an online store where they sell the products that they make for these dioramas, which is flipping fantastic. And I think they sell it in all scales, like 148th, 172nd, 124th, or 125th, whatever it may be, 132nd. That's amazing. I love to start seeing more diorama stuff being sold in 124th and 125th scale, because there's got to be millions of us that build 124th, 125th scale. We don't build the super tiny stuff. Maybe for a small military, diorama, whatever. We all branch off from, and do a smaller scale. But those guys, on that sector, I don't have them listed down here, but in that sector, I categorize everything, military, diorama, slot cars, electric trains, because I love all that stuff. I'm the biggest kid at heart that you'll ever meet. And I will talk for weeks about nothing but that stuff, because it's so fascinating to me. I learn something new every time a video comes out and they're showing a technique or a way to do something. I learn from it, because it's like, I never even thought about that. Holy crap, I can use a pile of cat shit and turn it into the building. It's not true, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, never thought of that at all. Why? And as creative as I am, because I do consider myself to be very creative. I consider myself to be a very good drawer, pencil, paper, painter. I can paint a house, a room in a house, not lay a drop cloth down and not put any tape anywhere, and I can cut every seam and line in by bare hand with an angle brush just as good as any professional out there. I pride myself in that because I do it, so I know, I know what my work looks like. As a kid growing up, I painted, I don't even know how many murals in elementary schools, people's houses for their children, for their, a themed bedroom or a themed wall, maybe in their family room. I can't even count how many times I've done that. And I faded out of that because, life has a tendency to do that. And it's model cars that's always brought me back. So, in the era of no internet, no social media, and all you could rely on is friends that you knew, and maybe meet another acquaintance or hear about a show somewhere and you attend it, and then you meet a bunch of other people, and then magazines. That's all we had. When social media came out, it just whoosh, it flooded the hobby. All the way back, I think even on what was the one before Facebook? I can't remember. Somebody knows it, throw it down there. Even then, I recall seeing people putting pictures of their model cars up on there. I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And you go looking for more. That's inspiration, because you're curious, so you want to check it out, get all the knowledge you can about what you're interested in, and that's it. But Jeff and Fred Henry were two pivotal people. Lucas C. Charlie Mack. I got turned on to him from Fred Henry and Jeff. And whoa, the man, like I said, I look forward to every one of his videos when he's staring out his window. I'm assuming it's down in his family room or the basement. And he looks out in his backyard and that stream's going there. The only thing I would do, especially after taking a little shot and drinking a beer, I'd pass out because it's so tranquil. That's a place of zen. You hear it a lot of times, where's your place of zen? I understand why that's his place of zen, because the view he has is magnificent. I love it. I sit in the freaking back end of a garage and I have no windows to look outside. I got a big screen TV, but woohoo. So as when I had my shop in the family room, I had two windows. I could look outside and see what's going on, and so. But it's kind of dungeonish in here. But I like it. So let's move on. Another one, I tripped on his channel. I didn't know anything about him. I think I had heard his name mentioned a few times. And that's kind of what, back of my head, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll give a chance. Then I'd get busy, do something, forgot about it. And I'm already building models at this time. It was Mr. Mark Batson. HobbyDude 007. He's doing tutorials on how he built his chassis and fuel cells and, you know, and the work he was doing. And he was taking the time to show you step by step and the products to use and how you could do it just using household items and, you know, cheap dollar store purchase things. And I'm like, I was hooked. I'm like, I think I've watched everything of Mark's. There's a couple newer videos I've not seen yet, but, and to meet the guy in real life, super nice. I can't say enough about him. Another one, Brian Gigamos. He's not so much as a mentor as he's kind of a friend now. He befriended the channel. He's commented on several videos. He was nice enough I didn't say anything about him or ask him for it. He sent that kit to us to use in the diorama. Along with another gentleman sent us the kit. So, you know, that shows you how great this community is and how great these people are. Another informative guy, I don't know him. I've never talked to him. I have commented on his videos. And I need to find his email. I want to exchange shop cards with him. Is Chuck at Chuck's Hobby Spot. You talking about a gentleman that'll lay paint and clear coat and then polish out. Now, he makes mistakes and, you know, has to redo things. He's not perfect, but he can produce a perfect model. And he does beautiful work. And he's in the Model Mafia. It's that model club that Lucas is in, and Brian Gamos, and there's quite a few old OG modelers that are in that group too. But they're out west in Arizona. All around, a bunch of nice people. I don't have nothing negative to say about them. And I've learned from each one of them, you know, this, that, the other, or a kit that I wasn't aware of. You know, they inspired me somehow or some way. So, you know, these are all the people who I have learned from, who inspired me from the videos and communicated with. I've not communicated with all of them, but, you know, some of them I have. And a lot of them took time out of their day or out of their schedule, or said, hey, I'll get back to you tomorrow, and they did, or later that day, and they did, and explained something to me, gave me the information or the places to go to find what I was looking for. So therefore, they're mentors to me. They mentored me in these avenues to travel down to obtain what I needed via information, a part, somebody that knew more about it than what they did. They guided me in the right direction. Nobody guided me down a false hallway with an empty promise. These are all standout gentlemen. Anybody coming into this hobby, you can feel comfortable in messaging these gentlemen, and they will take the time, including myself, to steer you in the right direction if we don't have the answer or the know-how, or, you know, maybe somebody that would have the part you're looking for or something like that, whatever it may be. Now, new people. These are just newer people I've met, and there's more that I haven't even listed, but who I communicate with the most, and that's Old Tom, Rambler69. I communicated with him before the show. I met him at the show. We hung out. I had a pretty good time. Super nice guy. His wife is super nice. I've communicated with him probably at least once a week since, and they're still super nice people. And same with Brad and his wife. Brad was a top 10 winner at Acme, and just deserving. It was absolutely stunning, beautiful model. Like I said before, for his 9th model, what am I even doing in the hobby? But I know why I'm here. But they're super nice, and they take the time to watch a video, and they'll leave a comment down. And, you know, Brad's not on YouTube. We're trying to get him over to YouTube. I think he uses his wife's account to comment on other people's things. Hey, that's a good way to do it. But Brad, you need to get your own channel, brother. You have a lot to share, a lot of knowledge, and I hope you do soon. Jimmy Ledford. you know, if you ask Jimmy, Jimmy's just, he's an all around super nice guy. He's very reserved. Uh, he's like me in a lot of ways. He's very highly critical of his own work. He's got a mental picture of what he wants and how he wants it to turn out. And, if it's not, then it's flawed. But it's not. Jimmy builds magnificent models. Like I said, I've got the pleasure of trading with him and gotten a few of his that, whether it was a stalled out project or he finished it and it just got damaged, whatever. But I've looked over his stuff and I'm like, holy crap. I wish I lived right next door to Jimmy, because we would be BFFs, truly BFFs. I hold him in high regard as a good friend, but he through his videos and just seeing his builds inspires me all the time. But I get so much inspiration. It's like I ain't got enough time in the day to do what I want to do that I'm inspired about. So I have to kind of jot it down, the old trusty notebook, jot it down for a future project to apply what I saw him do and how he did. Like these door hinges he just did on that Nova. I've seen it done, but he showed kind of up and close how, they're kicked out and, the alignment of them. So I got a better thing, and that inspired me. I want to try that the next car I open the doors on, trying those style of hinges. And yes, I can contact him, call him on the telephone, and he would tell me how to do it and measurements if I need it, blah blah blah, and what gauge the wire, all that. That's why I say you really need to reach out to people, and don't be shy about asking questions, because a lot of people will take the time and show you or tell you or send you down the right avenue where you need to go. Touching base back on Saturday's video, there's also a lot of arrogant pricks. And I say that because that's what they are. There's no place in this hobby for them, because they need to come down off their pedestal and realize at the end of the day they're human. They're a model builder just like the rest of us. They may have more experience. Who cares? But their arrogance and their prickishness, I know that's not a word, but still, it ruins it. It ruins the forte of them being able to help somebody, kind of, put them underneath your wing a little bit, show them, tell them, here, check here, check here, check here. 5 minutes out of your day. If you don't have 5 minutes to spare, or 10 minutes to spare, or even 15 minutes to spare, then really you have no business being on YouTube. You have no business being on a platform of that I'm here and you're here, when really we're all right here. There's just different degrees of ableness. Like I'm able to do this, you may not be able to do that, but you're able to do this and I can't do that. But we're all right here. To me, like I said, this is all personal, one-sided, I guess I should say. It's just my view. To me, everybody, I don't care if you're a beginner or you've got 60 years experience, we're all right here. And we can all learn from each other. Even a beginner. Like I said, I've seen kids that are 9 years old build a model and they do something to it that it blows me away, because I never thought about it. B, I don't even know how to do it. And C, if I've tried it, I failed at it. So I kind of just washed it under the table until another time. But we're all here. We can all learn something from one another and work on the same level. Where I fail, this person can help me. Where he fails, I can help him or she. Sex has nothing to do with it. But this is where we all should be. This is such a great hobby, and such a great community of a brotherhood of human beings, all sharing the love for one thing, and that's a hunk of plastic, resin, whatever you're working on. It can be a Gundam. It doesn't matter. It's a model. It's you're a hobby, and you should never face up against that kind of adversity in something that somebody sparked that interest in you to try it, and then all you're getting is negative feedback. It ruins it for you. So you back away from it, and then you have nothing but negative to say about the hobby. Negativity fuels negativity. Positivity fuels positive all across the board. This is the board, guys and ladies. We're all right here. There is nobody up here. And trust me, if I see him and I find him, I hear about it, I'm going to knock them from here down to here, because they don't even deserve to be up here. These hand gestures are stupid, but you get what I'm saying. We all should be right here. Nobody should be here just because they got an explosive YouTube channel or an super informative YouTube channel. It doesn't matter, because you're super informative. It could help out the guy that's got the super followers or whatever it may be. We're all here. And then there's just a mass mix in between of all these guys that really maybe don't build, but they make parts. We all help each other one way or the other. And except for a few bad seeds in there that want to derail something this way or derail this because they think they're superior, there's a gap in that floor. And we all, not just me, need to knock them down there until they can realize and grow up a little bit and be human and come back to the level playing field with the rest of us. Because I've met guys that are way superior to me in building, and every square inch of the same, but they don't act like it. They're just down-to-earth people. They're doing it because they love it, and they love to help other people. Because by them helping somebody else, they actually learn something themselves. They learn how to be humble. They may learn a little trick that they weren't aware of, because this little beginner here already had these ideas and has kind of perfected it, and this person wasn't aware of it. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you out there too. So, and thirdly, my third is all creators, all YouTube content creators, all Instagram content creators. I learn and I'm inspired by all of you for one thing or another. Now, I disassociate with people that are negative. That's why I say I don't tolerate negative comments. It's because I don't want it. I want positivity. If I got a question, I want an answer for it. It's not that I'm deserving or whatever. It's just I feel like, well, this is a hobby. Everybody should be helping everybody. I shouldn't get a negative comment because I asked a question. I don't care how stupid the question is. There is no stupid questions. Now, in life, yeah, maybe there's some stupid questions. There's a few people that's asked me a bunch of stupid questions. But then, I got to sit back and go, well, he's just not aware. He doesn't know. So it's not a stupid question. I shouldn't have maybe pushed it off that way. But a few people I know that acted arrogant, I've seen them slowly come back into the hobby. And, there's no names going to be mentioned, but I've seen them come back in, and they're a little less forthgoing in what they talk about and what they say. They're a little nicer now and commenting, and I've even seen some of them help other people. So it's not that it's going to kill everything. It's just there's no room for it. Why push negative, that vibe out there that's just going to turn people away? When our hobby, you got guys that are in their 70s, and I'm sure there's people in their 80s that build models, if they're physically capable, all the way down to young kids, 5, 6, 7 years old. I mean, they may be glue bombing them, paint bombing them, snap kit and parts broken with it, but they love doing it. It was fun, and they're playing with it. They're experiencing all aspects of it. That's the future of this hobby. And it's not just boys, it's girls, it's whatever, But that's the future. And each generation, as we go, some of us pass on. Our legacy is left behind, and people still admire their work. And if their videos are still up, they'll go and watch their videos and learn something from them, even though that person's not alive anymore. That's the whole thing about it. So I'm curious to see what everybody else's, what they. I don't want to see my comments flooded with, "Oh, it's you, Rusty Rotor. It's you, Rusty Rotor." I'm honored if I am, but there's other people out there too. And I want to hear, like I said, one or two names, a quick little comment of the reasoning why, inspire me. I don't build. I absolutely love their work. Those kind of quick little phrases, we don't have to get into deep detail. I did because, this is my video. Later this week, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, I might, no, we'll save it for Friday, because I don't know if I'm going to get to work on any of it this week. We're trying to get this room rearranged and everything else I got to do. I got a bunch of doctor's appointments this week. But, you guys take a few minutes before you respond. This video is 1 hour and 1 minute right now. It's a long video. I get it. But watch this whole video before you leave your comment. And it can be somebody that's passed on. It can be somebody new that's come out in the scene. I call it the scene, into the hobby, that inspires you, or you've been mentored by them one way or the other, whatever it may be, and a short summary of why. And I hope this sparks amongst other creators to put their lists out there of people that's mentored them, that's kind of taken them under the wing, who inspires them, and so on and so forth. So I look forward to chain reaction out of this. Hopefully not. Oh well. But I get my point across. And again, thank you to all my past subs. We are in the 800s. We're getting there, guys. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Around 850, 860, somewhere around there. You'll start seeing on each video. You're not going to see them, because I want that to be the surprise. But you're going to know what the first, second, and third places are going to be for the giveaway. First place is going to be top secret, and that'll be discussed with the winner for their choices to pick on. Second and third, you'll know what those will be before you enter your name into the hat. And that's exactly what it's going to be. Pardon the messy hair. When I say it's time to, you're going to send me an email with your name and your address. Your name is going to go in the hat. My granddaughter is going to pick 3 times, and that's what it'll be. First place, second place, and third place. I will do a video on it. It won't be live, but it'll be a video. That video will post. You'll know who the winners are. You'll have 48 hours to contact me. First place will get their choices of some things to go coincide with the rest of the prize. And then I'll get the stuff shipped out to you. Second and third place the same way. At the end of 48 hours, if I'm waiting on the third place and it's been 48 hours, I will draw another name. I'm not going to wait around. I know everybody's busy, but I'm going to be very thorough in dates and times and when this is all going to go down. Therefore, if you watch it, you're aware of it. You need to make not a mental note, but a paper note to remind yourself, hey, Rusty's going to post this video on this day, and be watching for it. That's the reason for that little bell notification down there. So, that being said, while you're watching my videos, hit that link down there. Go check out Mark at Hobby Nut Models. Man's got fantastic stuff. I find myself at least 3 or 4 times a week getting on the website and looking around to see what he's got, what I need. I make a list on paper, and then I contact him and I buy stuff. And we do. I bought some stuff. We got some stuff coming. Like I said, the December review will be when it comes in. He'll get it to me, then we'll do it. It may be towards the middle of the month. It could be towards the end of the month. I don't know. And we got some stuff coming from Ryan Jones. His link's always down there, guys. You need to go check out his stuff. He's constantly producing new stuff. I mean, I don't call him the man for nothing. Yeah. Joel, I know Ryan doesn't do a lot of little off the wall stuff. He'll do some one-off stuff every once in a while for me or maybe some other guys, but it's primarily tires and wheels. Joel is who I lean on to in VCG resins and a couple other guys for things such as shapeways, for things that I can't make, that I need. And they always have a great, shapeways is a huge selection. It's like Colts. There's just vast amount of, people on there that's, design parts, and Shapeways prints them and ships them out to you. Colts, you can either contact the guy and they'll print it for you for a fee and send it to you, kind of like McGill does, or you can buy the file and print it yourself. Most of the time I choose to do it that way because I save a lot of money. And, I get files all the time in my emails. A lot of times it's from unknown senders. I just get files. And I have to go through them and check them out, and before I send it over to my laptop and, take a chance of a virus. There's a lot of, I probably, on a weekly basis, guys, I probably get 5 to 10 files that I don't know who they're from or who designed them or anything else. And I just kind of store them. I'll go through and I'll slice it out and I'll, save it, and then I store it. I'm not printing them yet. And then there's guys that, they don't commission me, but they collaborate with me. I guess that's the best word to say. Test printing something for them. And recently here we did, a collaboration with a gentleman, and I'm not ready to make that video yet, but I will, and you'll get to see, his design. It's been posted all over Instagram. It is available on Colts. It's a Slam golf cart. It is in 1/24 scale. It's very cool. Great piece to add to a build, whether it be on a trailer or in the back of a pickup truck, whatever. It's within scale. It does fit nicely in the back of a pickup truck. It fits nicely on a trailer. It's just one of those things that's, if you're looking for a key piece to add to your build, that's it. And like I said, the price is on Colts. I think it's like $11 or $12, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I just quickly glanced at it on there to see what the prices were. There's a new version of it. He sent me the file, so I'm going to wait to get this fixed and set, and then I'm going to reprint under that, and then see how it turns out. I had some issues with the roof on the original version. I finally got all the other pieces to print nicely, and he re-supported some things that were a little too fiddly, and so he improves his work, which is great. And by us collaborating with him, and there's some other people who collaborated with him, he learns what was this, that, and the other, and he can go in and make his changes and make it better. And that's a great designer. Same way with McGill. McGill just produces great stuff. It's just second nature to him. He pops it off. So I'm not gonna have all their things down there. You'll see Mark's down there. My email will always be down there. You'll see Ryan Jones' stuff down there. Get a chance, if you need decals, go check out Olga, the decal lady, on Instagram. Go back a video or two, and her link is down in that description. I'm not going to keep putting them in every video. It's a lot of work in the editing, and it's there. And it's just that simple. I showed you the decal lady on Instagram. Just go to the search bar and it'll come right up. Click on it. Send her a DM. Go up to messages on her home screen. Hit messages. Go in there and leave her a message with your name and everything and what you're looking for. Just a brief description. She'll contact you back. She'll get further information if she needs it, and away you go. And you won't be sorry. Trust me, you will not be sorry with her work. She does phenomenal work. There's that word again I hate using. And I'll keep you posted on everything else. So until Friday, that's pretty much it. Thank you again for all the subs. If you're not subbed, doesn't cost you nothing. Hit that subscription button. Hit that bell notification. That way you know when these videos come out. I always tell you they're Monday and Friday, but I can always pop one up from, get something in, I get excited about it, I want to talk about it, and I don't have nobody to talk with, so that's the video. Anytime we get something great in, if it's in the middle of the week, I'll usually share it. If not, I'll hold it till the following Monday. Shop cards are still available. Just contact me via email. Let me know, and we'll trade shop cards or a sticker for a card, or if you don't have cards yet, you want a card, just let me know. I'll send you one. No big deal. And you guys, once you receive your distributors, let me know you got them safe and sound. You're happy with them via email, and I'll make an updated video, or I'll put an update on the video, and we'll be kind of full swing. I've already ordered more wire. I've just got to get the printer straightened out so I can print the distributors, because they are fiddly, and out of 30 I print, I get about 20. 10 of them are destroyed because of the way it's operating. So we'll get off here so I can get to work on that, and a few other things I need to do. And I hope you guys have a rest of your week. Turns out great. You get to build some models. You find something informative out of my videos. That's a win for me. That's all I'm trying to do, and share my stuff with you. And yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys. I really look forward to this. Out of all the Mental Mondays I do, I look forward to seeing who has mentored you, who inspires you, even if it's somebody on Instagram or somebody in real life. You don't have to share their last name if, for privacy reasons. If you don't want to, just put so-and-so. If there's somebody that's well known, then, it's no big deal. But looking forward to it. And we'll see you guys on Friday. It's Rusty Rotor. I'm out.